Well. Activision, you have done it again. You never cease to amaze me with your insane distaste for the COD community. Let's get into it. How's everybody doing? Hope y'all are having a great day, because I definitely didn't, like 3 days ago when I got the news that Sm2 got a cease and desist. This client involved the best aspects of every COD game, pretty much from COD 4 to Black Ops 4. Weapons, maps, mechanics, that type of stuff. The development on Sm2 started around 2 years ago, and I got wind of it roughly a year ago. The Discord was relatively small when I first joined, but over a small amount of time, the Discord grew to be a massive number. Like, I'm pretty sure right when they got the cease and desist, the Discord was at like 21,000 members or close to that, at least from what I could see. And big YouTubers had been picking it up slowly, little by little, and making videos on it because it was pretty interesting. I was so incredibly excited about this client because there was so much fan service that went into this, and the devs really cared. Speaking of the devs, there was only a couple of them. They did this as a side project, as well as not taking any donations for this client. I was so hyped about this client that like maybe 5-6 months ago, I tried to give them a donation, a pretty big donation, and they wouldn't let me, which is smart because they would get into legal trouble easily if they accepted money. But even if they wouldn't get into any legal trouble, I don't think they would take any donations. But that's my opinion. But yeah, on May 17th, there was a Twitter post that blew up, and I actually saw it on Twitter before I even saw it on the Discord because I hadn't been paying attention to the Discord for months because I only really tune in if there's an update like most people. And I went on the Twitter and I saw that post and I was very, very upset, just like everybody else. There are tons and tons of posts about Sm2 literally on May 17th on the same day. A lot of them just expressing their hatred and frustration with Activision, which is completely fair because Activision is insanely greedy. And this was the tipping point for me with Call of Duty where I've just had it. I've absolutely had it. I've been the biggest COD fan from World at War when I was a child, watching kids fly around because they had an RGH modded console, you know, an Xbox 360 that was modded, an RGH, and they would fly around with their mod menus, and I thought that was so cool as a kid. Going from that all the way to Black Ops 4, loving the hell out of Black Ops 4, loving the camos, everything, the variants were cool, the gameplay was nice and quick, to 2019, MW 2019, I absolutely hated. That's where the turning point was for me. SBMM got extremely strong. It's apparently SBMM's always been a thing according to the devs, but it got extremely strong in 2019. No one can deny that. That gameplay was super slow. I hated that Dead Silence was not a perk anymore. And I didn't like the new engine. I still don't like the new engine. I prefer the older engines. But besides that, 2019 Vanguard especially, and MW2 especially, I absolutely despise those games. And it's only gotten worse because of this cease and desist, in my opinion. This is the point where I've just had it. I've absolutely had it with this company. I can't support anything they make anymore. So yeah, I just love this project. They had so many cool videos on their channel. Their videos had like hundreds of thousands of views on their channel. They really were gaining traction. And honestly, a lot of people think because in April, I think April 22nd, they wanted to change from the MW2 engine, the original MW2 engine, to the H1 engine, which is Modern Warfare Remastered, that was the tipping point for Activision where they're like, hey, this is too new of an engine to mess with, and now we're coming after you. I don't know, personally, maybe it's a mix between that and that they stated on their Discord when they moved engines, they stated in the facts section, do you have to buy the game on Steam? And they said no. So technically they're supporting piracy right there, which may be a mix of the two that made Activision be like, whoa, we can't do this. And it was a bad decision to do that. I understand where the devs are coming from because initially they wanted you to buy MW2 on Steam, and I actually bought MW2 on Steam for I think like 20 bucks when it was on sale just for this client, like a lot of other people did. And now I wasted my money, and they were like, oh, okay, well, we're moving engines, so if you already bought MW2, we don't want you to have to buy another game. That was kind of the incentives that they put out there. But then that opened the door to promoting piracy like that. Not outright promoting piracy, but saying, no, you don't have to buy the game. Well, clearly, you know, that is piracy. So it could be the mix of that, but also I personally think it could be that Activision was seeing how far this client was going, and it's PC exclusive, by the way. Obviously, this client was going to be completely PC exclusive, and the traction it had was insane. And honestly, MW2 is so dead right now. I think that Activision may have been getting a little butthurt over the success, and maybe they didn't want to dethrone like their next game or MW2 in a way, or like get a lot of the player base to not be on MW2. So they enacted on the cease and desist, and as well as those two other reasons, kind of combining into a conglomerate of like this triple threat of like, okay, we have all this evidence, I think it's time. Which is still extremely insane from Activision to do these things. And yes, it's completely in their rights to do these things because they own all of the assets that were in SM2, the weapons, maps, everything, and the engine, obviously. This is a fan service for free. If you guys aren't going to do this for the hardcore fans like myself, then fans have to do it. They have to do it. But now here comes the big issue with SM2. Considering Activision went after SM2, does this mean that other clients are in jeopardy? Like Plutonium, X Labs, you know, IW4X, Techno Gods. There's tons of clients for CODs if you are not aware. If you're not a PC player, there are a lot of clients for Call of Duty because the Steam versions of the games are absolutely abysmal, and clients are mostly made to combat like cheaters, be able to have mod support, that type of stuff. But does this mean that Activision is going to start going after these other clients? If that happens, it's completely over. There's going to be no drive anymore for anybody to make any other clients under the table. There's not going to be any drive from the community. People are going to just move on, and it's going to be terrible. It's going to be absolutely terrible. So I really hope that does not happen. Maybe it is because the MWR engine, I'm pretty sure, is the newest engine that's ever been made on like a COD client. I think the newest one before that would be Advanced Warfare. I think it's S1X client. That client's completely fine. I think maybe they have a cutoff of like how many years, like, oh, this engine is too new to have a client made on it. Maybe that's part of the issue as well. I don't know, because it seems like all the other clients for all the old games are fine. I hate this dark looming entity that Activision is, where they never respond to anybody. I have a fiery hatred for this company because I have watched Call of Duty over the years just completely die. It's dead. It's absolutely dead. I don't care about the sweats on MW2. I don't care about the casual players on MW2. That game is completely dead to so many people, including myself. It's done. X Defiant has been the only game where I can confidently say I am super pumped for the release, which from what I've seen is probably going to be in 2024, which sucks. But I really want them to take time on that game because it will succeed. So that is the only arcade shooter left that I think can actually succeed. Halo Infinite seemed cool at first, and then there was just no content, and it just got boring really quickly. Call of Duty, obviously, absolute joke. I mean, are there really any others? I'm sorry I've ranted, but if you've stuck around for this long, I really, really appreciate it. Please drop a comment down below. Express your opinions if you know about SM2 or if you've looked it up and done some research. Please express your opinions in the comments. I'd love to reply and talk to you about it. But yeah, I'm sorry about the shitty upload schedule. I didn't really have passion or drive to upload on YouTube. But now that I have a lot more topics and I'm feeling more comfortable uploading, I'm definitely going to be uploading a lot more now. And I'm going to try to constantly have topics to talk about. So please stick around if you've watched this video. And there's going to be some pretty entertaining content to come. But with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.